Hello. My name is Max and guess what? My brother sold my soul for Wi-Fi. Yeah, you heard me right. 1 minute I was happily watching cat videos. The next minute, boom, no internet. The Wi-Fi was gone, dead, vanished, like it had packed its bags and moved to another house. My brother, Leo, looked like someone had just stolen his birthday cake. Max, he said with fire in his eyes, I'll fix this. Don't worry. That was the moment I should have worried. It all started on a perfectly ordinary Tuesday afternoon. The kind of day when nothing should go wrong except it did. Our Wi-Fi died. 1 second. I was minding my own business, watching cat videos in glorious 1080p, and the next, buffering. That cursed little spinning wheel appeared on my screen like it was laughing at me. I refreshed the page. Nothing. I restarted the phone. Nothing. I even tried that ancient ritual of turning airplane mode on and off like a wizard casting a spell. Still nothing. And then it hit me. The router's light was red. Red like the blood of my social life draining away. Red like the devil himself was sitting in the corner giggling. My brother noticed too, of course. The kid acts like Wi-Fi is oxygen and he'll suffocate if TikTok doesn't load every 3 seconds. He stared at the router like it had personally betrayed him. No Wi-Fi, he whispered dramatically, means no memes. No memes means no life. I told him to relax, that people used to live without the internet. He looked at me like I had confessed to murder. Live without Wi-Fi, he said, clutching his phone. You mean, like cavemen, you expect me to draw on cave walls? I should have known then that he was about to do something stupid. But of course, I didn't. I just shrugged, went to get a snack, and left him glaring at the router like he was plotting revenge. That was the moment, dear reader, when tragedy truly struck. Because while I was munching on chips, my brother was making a deal that would change my life forever. By the time I finished my snack, my brother had vanished. Not just into his room vanished, I mean gone. Like a cartoon character who leaves behind only a puff of smoke. I found him in the living room, crouched by the router like some kind of Wi-Fi priest, muttering to himself. His phone screen glowed, and I swear I saw him scrolling through something that didn't look like any normal app. The logo, a tiny flame with horns. Totally suspicious. What are you doing? I asked. He looked up at the shifty eyes of someone who's definitely guilty. Nothing. Just, troubleshooting, he said. Troubleshooting doesn't usually involve chanting in Latin, I pointed out. He waved me off. Don't worry about it. I've got this under control. I'm negotiating. Negotiating with who? Customer support, I asked. He gave me a smug grin. Better. With the source of unlimited data itself. Now, my brother is not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, so I wasn't sure if he was joking or if he had actually lost his mind. Before I could ask, he slammed his hand dramatically on the router. There, he said proudly, deal secured. The Wi-Fi symbol popped back up on my phone instantly. 5 glorious bars of sweet connection. I blinked. Wait, you actually fixed it. He nodded with a self-satisfied smirk. Of course. I told you. I'm a genius negotiator, Leo snapped. That's when I noticed the fine print glowing on his screen. Congratulations. Unlimited Wi-Fi activated. Payment, 1 sibling soul, non-refundable, no take-backs. I choked. What did you do? He grinned wider. Relax, it's just your soul. Totally worth it. And that, my friends, was the exact moment I realized my brother had traded me for faster internet. I stared at the glowing message on his phone, hoping it was some kind of prank. Maybe he downloaded one of those joke apps that pretends to sell your soul for laughs. But nope. The Wi-Fi was blazing fast. Faster than it had ever been. TikTok videos loaded before I even clicked them. YouTube ads, gone. Netflix, playing in ultra HD like I was living inside the movie. Meanwhile, I felt weird. Like lighter. Not in a good, I just lost 10 pounds way. More in a something important just slipped out of my body and floated into the router kind of way. You really sold my soul, I yelled. My brother rolled his eyes. Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. It was a fair trade. Unlimited Wi-Fi for your soul, total bargain, he added. A bargain, I screeched. I'm not a coupon, I'm a person. He shrugged, already scrolling through Instagram at lightning speed. Look, souls are overrated. You weren't even using yours. Excuse me, not using mine. Last I checked, I was pretty attached to my soul, literally. But then he said the worst thing imaginable. Besides, do you know how much data costs these days? Way more than a soul. Honestly, your soul was the cheaper option. I couldn't believe it. My eternal essence, the very core of my existence, was apparently worth less than a monthly data plan? Fantastic. I tried snatching his phone, but the contract screen had already disappeared, replaced with a smug notification. Unlimited Wi-Fi activated. Contract sealed. Thank you for your soul. Have a nice day. See, he said, holding up his phone. It even said thank you. That's customer service. Meanwhile, I was stuck soulless, watching my brother stream videos with the kind of joy only a trader could feel. Life after soul loss is, well, disappointing. At first, I thought maybe it wouldn't matter. Like, okay, so my brother made a dumb deal and gave my soul away. Maybe I could still go about my life normally. Wrong. I noticed the effects immediately. I tried to laugh at a meme, nothing. My face just stayed blank, like a broken emoji. I bit into a cookie, tasted like cardboard. I looked in the mirror. My eyes were dull, like I'd been awake for 6 years straight. Meanwhile, my brother was thriving. Thriving. His Wi-Fi was so fast, he downloaded an entire season of Stranger Things in under a minute. He started bragging about it like he'd just invented the internet. Look at this, he said, showing me a video that loaded instantly. No buffering, zero lag. Cool, I mumbled, feeling like a zombie. Meanwhile, I don't feel anything anymore. You stole my ability to enjoy life. He shrugged. Small price to pay. Small price to pay. I was walking around like a soulless extra in a horror movie, and he was treating it like he'd just sacrificed an old pair of socks. And the worst part, even though I felt like an empty shell, my brother kept asking me to be happy for him, as if my missing soul wasn't his fault in the first place. So there I was, unlimited internet, but limited me. My brother had Wi-Fi speed NASA would envy, and I had the emotional range of a potato. It was official. I had been downgraded to background character in my own life. You'd think if someone sold their sibling's soul for Wi-Fi, the least the provider could do is guarantee flawless service. But no, even hell's broadband has bad days. It started on a Thursday evening. My brother was bragging about his demonic internet speed, while live streaming himself eating cereal. Don't ask why. Apparently people watch that. Then suddenly, buffering, the spinning wheel of doom returned. My soulless self almost felt satisfied. Karma had arrived. "No," my brother screamed, clutching his phone like it was a dying pet. Not the Wi-Fi. Not during peak viewing hours. He scrambled to contact support. You know, the usual routine, clicking help and feedback, frantically refreshing, yelling at the screen. But this wasn't your average internet provider. Instead of chatbots and hold music, he got a creepy pop-up message. "Welcome to Infernal Support. Please note, the devil does not do tech support." He turned to me, panicked. Can I maybe borrow your soul again?" I gave him my dead-eyed stare. "What soul? You sold it, remember. You gave me the emotional depth of a toaster." "Right," he muttered, scratching his head. "Okay, Plan B." Plan B turned out to be him shaking the router violently while yelling, "Work, you unholy box." Which, spoiler, did nothing. After an hour of failed attempts, the Wi-Fi finally returned on its own. My brother collapsed on the couch, sweaty and dramatic, as if he'd just survived a war. Meanwhile, I sat there thinking, this is what my eternal soul was traded for. A connection that still buffers during prime time. At first, losing my soul just meant feeling kind of blank, like a phone with 2% battery that never quite charges. But then things got weirder. My brother's new premium Wi-Fi wasn't just fast. It was too fast. Videos started auto-playing before he even searched for them. Entire seasons of shows downloaded themselves onto his laptop. And the strangest part, characters on screen started sounding a little too familiar. I was half asleep on the couch when I heard it. A character on some random sitcom shouting my exact catchphrase. The one I only ever use when I stub my toe. I sat up. Wait, did he just say? Yep, my brother said casually, shoving popcorn in his mouth. Pretty sure the internet is streaming you now. It wasn't just one show, either. A reality TV star cried in the exact way I cry when someone eats the last cookie. A cartoon character walked with my awkward limp. Even a news anchor sighed in my patented I give up on life tone. Are you telling me, I asked slowly, that I'm literally powering the internet? He nodded. Kinda cool, right? You've gone global. You're basically trending. Cool. My soul was apparently out there, starring in soap operas, YouTube ads, and probably a few TikTok dances too. I wasn't a person anymore. I was content. Meanwhile, my brother sat there like a king, ruling over the internet, while I had the unsettling feeling that somewhere, someone was binge-watching me. By this point, I'd had enough. Watching versions of myself star in bad sitcoms and shampoo commercials was not exactly the future I had in mind. So I did what any modern, soulless human would do. I Googled how to get your soul back. Shockingly, there was in fact page. Not Google's, not Reddit's, an official-looking website my brother swore he never signed up for. The header read, Refund Policy, Souls, and Data Plans. I scrolled nervously. All soul trades are final. Souls cannot be exchanged for store credit. Refunds only available if original sibling survives one billing cycle. I shouted from the couch, wait, what billing cycle? My brother peeked over. Relax, probably monthly. Probably. Further down, the page had ways to apply for a refund. Options included: wait 3 to 5 business eternities for processing. Submit a handwritten essay on why you actually need your soul. Minimum 10,000 words, MLA format. Defeat the Wi-Fi provider in a challenge. My brother brightened. Oh, that one sounds fun. What if it's Mario Kart? I'd destroy them. I glared at him. You don't get to play Mario Kart. You got me into this mess. So I sat there, soulless, drafting a refund application that looked more complicated than a college thesis. Meanwhile, my brother was on the floor with snacks, happily streaming shows at lightning speed, occasionally suggesting I had emojis to make my essay pop. And that's when I realized, even if there was a way to get my soul back, it was probably buried somewhere in the fine print. At some point, I snapped. A person can only function without a soul for so long before the emptiness catches up with them. And trust me, I'd reached my quota of being human wallpaper. The last straw came when I found myself starring in a toothpaste commercial on YouTube. There I was, smiling soullessly with pearly whites I didn't even have in real life. My brother thought it was hilarious. I did not. So I made a plan, a simple one. Step 1. Wait until he was glued to the internet. Step 2. Sneak up quietly. Step 3. Pull the plug. He was mid-binge on a series called The Real Housewives of Mars. Don't ask me how he got it. Apparently interplanetary streaming is part of the package. His eyes were glazed, his fingers covered in Cheeto dust. Perfect. I tiptoed in, grabbed the router cord, and click, the screen went black. "Nu," he screamed, clutching his laptop like it was a dying loved one. "What have you done?" "Taken back control of my life," I said, dramatically tossing the router cord over my shoulder like a superhero cape. For a second, silence. Then, I felt it. Something rushed back into me. Warmth, joy, the ability to laugh at cat videos again. My soul had returned. Meanwhile, my brother collapsed onto the couch like a soldier who'd just lost a war. "You monster," he whispered. "You know what it's like to live without Wi-Fi." I smiled, soul glowing. Yeah, turns out it's survivable. Unlike losing your sibling to a data plan. And that's how the great Wi-Fi tragedy ended, with one brother dramatically mourning the loss of instant streaming, and me happily resold. Anyway, if you enjoyed this mess of a story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around.